I'm Daniela the Young Ambassador of Switzerland, and we're continuing with the series Inspiring Dreams, where I interview role models in various fields to showcase as many career options available to us young girls as possible. Today I'm with Angela Jeter. Hello, Angela. How are you?
Hello, Daniela. I'm very glad and happy to be here.
Thank you for being here. Could you introduce yourself, your position, where you come from?
Well, I do live in Winterthur at the moment, which is close to Zurich. That's actually where I grew up, but I've been working all around the world. I've had a hotel career, and I've been working in Greece, in Seychelles, and I used to work in the music industry in London. Now I'm back in Winterthur, where my roots are. I founded a family, I've got 2 kids, and right now I'm raising my third, which is my own company. I've started that 2 years ago, recruiting teachers, supplementary teachers.
And how exactly do you do that from recruiting teachers?
Okay, well, I've actually started as a teacher myself. That's my second career. I've studied that when I was 30, and I've been working as a teacher, and just realized that there were no supplement teachers when a teacher is ill or can't work. So I've actually started to try to find people who could work or just help out when someone is ill or sick or not able to work. And I've started right before Corona, 2 weeks before the school closed. And that's when I founded my company. And that was quite challenging because, first of all, the schools were closed, so we didn't have any work, but it just helped me to build my network. I've started off with about 60 teachers, and right now I've got I think we're about 2,500 at the moment, which are working not for me, because actually the contract is going between the schools and the teachers, but they are in my network and they're working for me in the, well, I'm kind of networking between schools and them. Yeah. So this is a full-time job now, more than 100%, and it's growing in all directions. It's growing on the school side. I'm working with good 200 schools regularly that actually are looking for teachers, and on the other hand side, I've got that big network on teachers. Yeah.
And how do you know which teachers to recruit, or how did you know what you had to do when you started this?
Well, it just grew. I mean, at the beginning, I was actually a supplementary teacher. I just thought, okay, I quit my job as a normal teacher, and I just jump in if someone needs me. And with teaching, it's actually quite easy, because you've got a certificate, and this, if you have this, you are able to work, and you have a pedagogical degree, and this actually shows that you're allowed to work, and you can get a degree from Switzerland, and if you've got that, I can actually put them to work. This is quite easy because it's quite clear what is who can work on what level. The canton is telling us who can work on which level, but the hard thing is actually to find the teachers. Because, as you know, we just don't have enough teachers, and to actually find enough teachers for all those Corona, ill or sick people, or on quarantine, or just everybody who's not actually working at the moment for whatever reason, it's really hard to find the supplementary teachers. There are a lot of them are students that are actually in the process of becoming a teacher. It's quite helpful for them to actually be able to work directly in schools instead of sitting at pedagogical universities, that they can actually work straight away and gain good money. I mean, it's paid quite well, so it's a win-win for all sides. Yeah.
And because I have heard the thing of there are not enough teachers from a teacher of mine that we just started talking, and because in a moment I actually wanted to become a teacher, and we actually just got a I don't know if it's a supplementary teacher, but he's still studying. So yeah, like the lack of teachers, I don't understand why there is, because I actually know some people that want to become teachers, but hopefully that gets solved. And do you also work as a teacher when you are doing this, or not anymore?
Well, now I'm not anymore, because as you can imagine, it just grew and it's so big now. So I'm just actually trying to find and put in place. And this is just a lot of work to also have that big network. I mean, just a changement of addresses, email addresses, phone requires. I've got like, I've just yesterday I had some other activity that I'm actually running. I can tell you about that a bit later. But I had like just my computer put off for like two or 3 hours, and I've got like, I had 36 new jobs coming in, and I had 245 messages on my WhatsApp, on my like business WhatsApp. So it's just, I mean, I'm just running all the time, practically 24/7. I mean, messages come in until I go to sleep, and the first ones come in the morning, and I'm just trying to do that efficiently, and a load of automations that I've put on, or just trying to have that all digitalized, so that I'm just in a process. Sometimes I will probably have to have someone by my side, but I'm just not sure yet if that will, if it will stay on that level. As you see, it has a lot to do with Corona, with COVID. Now the Ukrainian refugees are here. That also affects the schools, and obviously we need more teachers, which is again my field. So it's growing in all directions, and I'm just at the point to kind of try to find out where I could get some help from, if I need some help, if I can have more things digitalized or automized. And it's just, I just try to find out how to kind of reorganize this all. But I have some spare time for myself. It's not that I'm just always working, but it is a lot of work at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, how do you manage to balance this type of work, a family with 2 children that is also work 24/7, and just how do you balance both?
That's a good question. My kids are now a little bit bigger. My daughter is 6 and my son is close to 10 years old, so they can be on their own in a room without me having to observe them. And as from start of Corona, I'm working from home, so I'm actually in the house, and what I have to do a lot of times is just check my phone and send a message. So I don't need to sit in front of the computer all the time when working. But yes, it is a lot of work, and my kids are saying that I'm always working, and I'm just, at the moment I've got the Saturday that I'm taking off for the family, and I can also sometimes Friday afternoon spend or organize, do something with my kids, and Sunday mornings. But Sunday afternoon, of course, then it starts to fill or come in again, because obviously on a school Monday, there are a lot of teachers missing at the moment. But what I do have is the school holidays. I mean, obviously schools are closed on school holidays, so I get that at least.
Yeah, that's good. And like, then do you get this school holidays? That's good, because then you can do it with your kids and everything. Mm-hmm. But at the beginning, when you started doing the self-employed and everything, was it hard to start and get a lot of teachers, or did you just start and the teachers just kept coming in?
Well, the real start, well, I quit my fixed job at the end of August 2020. That was not 19. That was, and from August 19, I was working as a supplementary teacher myself. and obviously earned my money, and just saw that there was a need, or we needed more teachers to work in that way. And I just started to build slowly my network. It grew and grew, and obviously schools heard that I had enough supplementary teachers, so they wanted to work with me. And on the other hand side, the students amongst them, or they all came up to me and want to work with me. So I had both sides were actually interested in that model. And at the beginning, I was making that. I was doing that for free. Obviously, I was working as a supplementary teacher, had a good income, and in the evenings and during the breaks, I was just trying to fill in the gaps that I could not fill myself. And at some point, I just realized I'm spending so much time in networking and getting that organized, that I needed to find some kind of a structure and some kind of a way to make a living out of that, and not doing that all for free. And we came up with that model that I'm working on, that how I organize it myself, in the schools having some kind of a subscription. So they actually they subscribe to that service that I'm offering, and so if they work with me, they're paying a monthly amount, and then they can actually send me everything that they need in terms of in recruitment needs, I would say, because they also send me the fixed, the normal jobs, the normal teacher as well. If they're looking for a teacher, they can also come up to me, and I'll find that for them.
Yeah. They teach like this where you work at practically, mm-hmm. And when you have been studying and when you were a teacher. This is a more female-dominated place, right? Education and everything.
Yeah, that is quite female dominated. That's true, and because I'm also some kind of a feminist activist, I wouldn't say in a strong way, but some people came up to me and said, well, obviously in the teaching, in the school world, it's all equal, and there isn't a problem on that level. But if you look at the numbers, you can see that in primary and kindergarten, or primary school and kindergarten, there are a lot of women teaching, obviously doing the work with the children. And then when you look at the principals, it's about half. So you have about 50% principal female and 50 male. And then you go up into secondary school, and you've got more male teachers. And when you get into gymnasium, into high school, there is even more male teachers and principals. So it is quite interesting, because I can see some kind of a I kind of see that it could have something to do with the prestige. So saying, obviously, I'm a teacher of a higher level with more on a higher academical level, you've got more male teachers. And when it goes down to the nice little primary kids and kindergarten kids, that's something for females. So there is this diversity or the equality is not there, and it's female dominated on those jobs that are on a maybe lower prestige.
That's
which I find obviously we have the same pay in a way, but when you look at the type of job, then you can see as the higher the job, the prestige level, the more men there are.
Yeah, that's why I said it like that, because I have seen that there are more teachers that are like, mostly like you said in primary, that I remember, because my old school had like all the teachers and then all the principals on a board, like the faces. And every morning I used to go there because it went to my class, and it was mostly women, and then the principals were half or like mostly men. And that's something that always like took my attention when why is this like that? And do now that you're doing the supplementary teachers? Is it also like that with supplementary teachers?
Yeah, I've got more female supplementary teachers than male. That's it. And also, I would say maybe, for example, if I have like kindergarten teachers, male, and I send it to a school, they always, not always, no, it's not, I can't say always, but they always react, or they react in a way like, does he have any experience on kindergarten level? So they still believe that a kindergarten teacher needs to be a woman, and if a man is interested in working with little kids, it's kind of suspicious in a way, maybe. Which I find quite interesting, and maybe sometimes it has to do with a kind of a bias as well, that you just kind of think, okay, it has to be someone female. Yeah.
Well, if you like would have to give an advice to girls that want to either follow your path or just in general, what would it be?
Do your thing and do something that you really like to do. I find that if you follow a career maybe for the money or for the prestige or whatever it is, it doesn't necessarily make you happy. And I think the priority number one has to be that you have to feel it and really want to do it. And it really, the rest comes. I mean, you will, if you do a good job and if you go for it, you will make the money, or you will make a living. And I mean, we are really privileged here in Switzerland that we can actually say that and follow our hearts. And you really have to. I mean, it's for you. And if you are happy for the world will be on your feet and will come back to you. I mean, it's really, I see myself working a lot more than before, but I love my work, and I can like always kind of adjust what I do to actually do something that I really like. And I mean, maybe I've been lucky, and maybe all what's come now with Corona, etc., has just played into my cards. But in the end, if you're doing something you really feel, the world will feel it and will come and help you, or your karma. I just believe that. And I mean, yeah, I'm sure if you do something that you were actually meant to do and you're happy and you're good at, it will pay off. It will be your career. The other thing that maybe is something that you don't have to do something that you will do all your life. I've been working in the music industry. I've been running gigs. I've been managing artists. I've been working with big names. I've done that. I've been there. I'm somewhere else now, and I'm happy where I am now. And I've got a family, and it's just the biggest thing. And I couldn't have done that in the music industry. It's just be where you are and live in the moment. Don't obviously think a bit about the future, but just go with your heart. I think the heart is so much more important than anything else.
Well, thank you so much, Angela. Like, I really like that advice, and I am definitely going to take it. But thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you, and you will become a good teacher.